Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Zoe, I am an automation advisor. In this tutorial, we dive into the process of automating the extraction of text that is enclosed between two given substrings. I have many XML files and I want to extract a specific value from them. Let's open 4 of them as examples. I want to extract the invoice total field from these files and then sum all the values together. I will begin a step-by-step tutorial shortly. Let's launch Fibotit Automation Workshop. Automation Workshop is a no-code app that allows you to automate various computer tasks on Windows, including text extraction from any file format. Let's start with the creation of an automated task. Workflows or tasks are created using the Task Creation Wizard, a tool that guides you through all the necessary steps. The whole process is quick and easy, and it doesn't require any programming knowledge. Automation Workshop can run a task automatically. Tasks that start automatically require a trigger. A task can start based on a schedule. When a file appears in a local or remote folder, or when a specific app or service reaches a certain state. However, in this tutorial, we will run our task manually, so I will skip this part. Every workflow is made up of actions. These actions handle the actual tasks such as file operations, sending emails, and so on. Automation Workshop features more than 100 actions that can be used to automate tasks on Windows. I want to add logic to our task that calculates the total sum. I want to create a variable that will hold the sum. Let's name it total. We will set its initial value to 0. We will then add the values extracted from the XML files to this variable. Now let's retrieve a list of our XML files. From this point forward, I will use the search feature to quickly find the necessary actions. Just type in a keyword, and Automation Workshop provides a list of related actions to choose from. It's really handy. Let's use the List Files action to retrieve all the XML files. XMLs are located in the My Files folder. And to return only XML files, I am providing a file mask. Now that we have a list of XML files, let's loop through them. The For Each action is what we are looking for. I will use the Variable Wizard to access variables from our previous actions. Now let's expand the Actions category. The list files action we just added gives us the list of our XML files. Let's use the list of XML files in our loop. All subsequent actions will be within the scope of the for each action. Each of these actions will be executed for every XML file in the list. I need to access the file content. The read from file action allows reading any plain text file format, including XML files. We need to provide a file name. Let's use the variable wizard again. It is already suggesting that we use the current item from the for each action. In our context, the current item corresponds to an individual XML file from the list. So far we are creating a list of our XML files. Then we are looping through that list. Then we are reading each file. Also notice that the read from file action is displayed with an indentation to the right, indicating that it falls under the loop's scope and will be executed once for each file. Now we need to extract the dollar amount from the file. If the location of the number we are searching for were consistent, we could use the extract partial text action. However, since it varies from file to file, I'll use the enclosed text action. Enclosed text searches for a starting mark and an ending mark, then extracts the text located between them. For the text input, I will provide text from our XML file. Variable Wizard is already recommending me to use the file content from our read from file action. Now we'll specify our starting and ending marks. Let's take a look at one of our XML files again. While I could use XML tags as the starting and ending marks, our function can recognize any text string, not just XML tags as such. Given that the $ and the sequence USD only appear once in the XML, I can use them to directly extract the amount. This approach saves us the step of trimming the $ and USD when calculating the sum. Let's do that. Now let's add the extracted number to the total variable. I am going to use the increment variable action. Since we have declared only one variable named total, it is selected by default. All we need to do now is specify the amount by which total must be increased, which is the amount we just extracted using the enclosed text action. Again, the variable wizard is suggesting that we use the extracted text from the enclosed text action. Let's do a couple more things. I'm adding a separator to visually divide the task, particularly marking the end of our loop. This action is purely a visual cue, aiding in better comprehension of complex workflows. Also, I am reducing the indentation of the separator to align it with the main scope. Let's add one more step to our workflow. I'd like to display the total sum in a window for a user to see. Show message is used to display some text to a user. I will clear this. Here we go. And I need to show the total variable here. All variables are located in the Variables section. Here it is. And let's type USD here. To summarize, initialize total to 0. Create a list of XML files. Iterate over the list. Read the content of each file. Extract the value enclosed between the $sign and USD. Increment the total variable by this amount. Lastly, display the sum to a user. Adjust additional task settings as necessary. And as the last step, give this task a recognizable name. I will name it Compute Daily Total. We have gone through all the wizard steps and can finish the creation of our task. I am going to test run the task. As I noticed from the XML files, I expect the sum to be around $1,400. Yes, the window from the show message action confirms it. The total is $1,440. Additionally, you can observe the step-by-step calculations displayed in the log pane. Break free from the limitations of manual labor. A world of automation possibilities awaits, ready to transform your computer tasks and maximize your efficiency.
If you have not yet downloaded Automation Workshop, please do so via one of the links below in the description. No registration is required, and it takes only a minute to try Automation Workshop. I hope you find this useful, and thanks for watching. Till the next time.